YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer Show, episode 188, and today I'm going to review Kirby's Epic Yarn. So let's see if this game is as epic as its title. Okay, that's my Nintendo Wii setup, so let's start this review. Let's begin with the story for this game. Kirby's Epic Yarn's story, it's pretty good. Basically, one day, Kirby's out for a walk, and he sees his favourite food, the maximum tomato. And, as per usual, Kirby tries to suck up the maximum tomato. But for some bizarre reason, he can't. And out from the shadows comes a character called Yin Yarn. And Yin Yarn sucks Kirby into this magic sock. And transports him to a place called Patchland. And Kirby meets this character called Prince Fluff. And Prince Fluff explains that Patchland is in trouble and Yin Yang is the person who's causing it all. So Kirby offers to help and they go on a big adventure together to save Patchland. And that's the big story for Kirby's Epic Yarn. Let me find a level and I'll go to my topics. Let's try flower gardens. Okay, next let's talk about the graphics of this game. The graphics of this game, I think they're really, really good. They look very similar to Little Big Planet, in my opinion. Okay, controls for this game. Left moves you left, right moves you right. Up looks up, down crouches. One is your whip. Your whip can be used in a very large variety of ways. It's probably the most useful mechanic in the game. It's surprising how useful this thing is. 2 jumps. Press 2 in the air, you can turn into a parachute and float down. Press 2, then down, you can turn into a weight and crush things. B does nothing. If you hold A whilst in 2-player mode, the second player can turn into a bird and sort of get themselves back to player 1. Makes it easier for them. And plus brings up your pause menu, and minus brings up your controls. And that's pretty much all there is to it. The controls for this game are very simple and easy to learn. Multiplayer for this game. The multiplayer for this game is also very good. You can play 2-player co-op in any level you like. And certain power-ups in the game get more abilities if you have a second player. Example, the tank bot gets a giant boxing glove if you're playing in 2-player mode, whereas in 1-player mode it doesn't. It's nice that they added in something for the second player to do. Music for this game. The music for this game, I think it's really good. Most of the time, the music is generally happy. Gameplay for this game. The gameplay for this game, it's pretty good. It's a standard 2D platformer. The game itself, it's quite long, but the main problem with the gameplay for this game I have is the game is far too easy. In this game, there is no way you can fail. The difficulty level is pretty much non-existent. Every time you get hit by an enemy, you will lose your beads. And the only thing that you collect beads for is to unlock levels and just basically for high score purposes. So the gameplay is good, but I would have liked them to put a normal health bar sort of thing in because it would have made the game a lot more challenging and yeah. But other than that, the gameplay is good. Good stuff about this game. Well, I like the story. Also, I enjoyed watching the cutscenes because the narrator told the story really well. And at times, the story was funny, which was good. And if I liked about the game was the gameplay. The game itself is quite long. There are 7 worlds. And there's also unlockable levels, so there's plenty to keep you busy. Since I've mentioned levels, let's talk about those a little bit. I really like those in this game. Each level has a different theme and it's just really fun to play. My favourite worlds would have to be the snowy world and the space world. One of the more difficult things about the game are all the bosses. You don't have any health bar in this game, as I've said before, but the bosses can still be pretty challenging because on the boss levels, if you collect enough beads, you can actually unlock secret levels, and the bosses do like to make this difficult for you, so that can be quite irritating, I suppose, but most of the bosses are a good challenge. My favourite boss battle would have to be the final one. One, it's probably one of the most difficult, and two, because you get to use the tank bot, which is my favourite transformation in the game. The tank bot rules! A nickname I've given it is Metal Gear Kirby, which is kind of cutesy and basically nerfs the whole Metal Gear concept, but yeah. Since I've mentioned the transformations so much, let's talk about a few of them. As you already know, my favourite transformation is the tank bot. It's just a very powerful transformation. You can basically kill everything that stands in your way. I'll show it off later in the review if I can find it. Another transformation I really liked was the dolphin. When you're underwater, Kirby will automatically transform into a submarine. But if you find the dolphin transformation, Kirby's a lot more manoeuvrable, and he can also jump out of the water and grab items in secret places. With the dolphin, I really liked playing as a dolphin. Another transformation I really liked was the monster truck, because it was really fast and just a fun transformation to play around with, I suppose. My second favourite transformation would have to be the two spaceships that you get in the game. There are a few levels in the game which turn the entire game into a side-scrolling shooter, kind of like R-Type. And I really had a lot of fun playing around with those levels because it was just basically shoot everything and just go crazy. It was just a lot of fun. My least favourite transformation would have to be the train. The train, well, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's very difficult to control. This is the tank bot I talked about earlier. Basically, the way the train works, you've got to use your pointer to draw train tracks, and it's just very difficult to get the hang of, and that's why I didn't like playing as it that much. Oh no, I thought the transformation mechanic was really good. It sort of makes up for the fact that Kirby can't copy abilities in this game, which makes this game different, I suppose. Throughout the game, if you manage to collect enough beads in each level and each boss level, you can unlock medals. And these medals are basically just for high score purposes. But if you're on a boss level, and if you manage to collect enough beads, you can unlock secret levels. So the medals do have a purpose, but only for high score reasons mostly. Out the way! Once I got through this level, YouTube, I'll go on to my next topic. Almost there. There we go. The next thing I will talk about YouTube is treasures. Throughout each level, there are 3 treasures to collect. There's a CD, which unlocks more stuff for the sound test. And there's also these pieces of furniture. The pieces of furniture can be used to decorate your house. I'll talk about the house later. At the end of every level, there's this spinny thing. And if you manage to get the red pointer in a pink area, you can get more beads and increase your chances of getting a better medal. It's pretty useful, I think. Yay! Since I've finished level YouTube, let's go to the main hub of the game and talk about the shops. Later in the review YouTube, I will show off a boss. When you first start the game, you'll come to a place called Quoted Square. Quoted Square is basically the main hub of the game, and this is where most of the side quests occur. There are several things you can do in Quoted Square, so I'll just talk about them individually. There's a furniture shop where you can buy furniture to decorate your house with and other houses with. There's a fabric shop which works with most like wallpaper. Patch Castle is a basic tutorial level. This sock takes you to Dreamland, which is the final world of the game. Patch Plaza is probably my favourite part of Quoted Square because it's just very convenient. Patch Plaza is basically a place where you can go to see how much stuff you collected. As you can see, I've got all the cutscenes, most of the songs. I've managed to get all the medals, which is surprising, I didn't even try. I haven't really bothered with the fabric, and as far as the furniture is concerned, I don't really care. And, yeah. Right, the next thing I want to talk about YouTube is the house maker. Basically, in Kirby'S Epic Yarn, you have a little house that you can design for yourself. I haven't really done anything to my house because personally, I think this part of the game is pointless. When I play a Kirby game, I want to go through levels and fight bosses. I don't really care about what my house looks like. But if you're a little kid or a girl, you might like this feature. Personally, I'm not too bothered. As well as building houses for yourself, you can also build houses for other characters in the game. And once you've built the house for this character, they will give you a challenge, and this challenge may be hide and seek. And if you complete that challenge, the character will give you a reward, which could be some more furniture, it could be some more fabric, that sort of thing. Right, I'm just going to show off a boss fight, and then I'll go to my complaints. I think I'll go to the second world, just to change the scenery. Right, I'll fight Hot Wings, which is the Firebird sort of boss. This boss kind of reminds me of Moltres. You can also take photos in the game. Just press the pause button and go down to photos and you can take a photo. But you can only take photos in the normal levels. You cannot do this in boss fights. Which is a little bit strange, I think. This is my favourite boss battles because it's quite epic and it's pretty challenging, although it is one of the earlier ones. One of the most challenging boss fights is the boss fight with King Dedede because you have a very short attack window and it's difficult to actually get the puppeteer that's controlling King Dedede. It's just a very difficult boss fight. Whoa! Depending on what shape the beads are, they're worth more. The star ones are worth the most, so you probably want to pick those up if you lose them. Have that. This is what I mean by making it difficult for you. Up and over! One boss fight which I found really difficult was the boss fight with Meta Knight, because he had to keep destroying all his swords, and it was a really long boss fight because he had lots of different types of swords. There's even a boss fight which looks like a boss in Paper Mario 2. It's this dragon thing. It's actually the first boss of the game. That one was quite fun to fight, because it made me feel all nostalgic. Probably the easiest boss in the game was this octopus thing, because all you had to do was get up to it and unravel its body, and it just was a really easy boss because it just was really easy to fight, because all you had to do was just get close to it and just unravel it. It was pretty pathetic, actually. Oh. This guy's causing me trouble today. Right. Just missed him. Come on. Oh, you are so thoroughly screwed. With the whip mechanic, you can also unravel enemies as well as picking them up and throwing them. But throwing them is probably the best strategy, because you can sort of use them as a projectile, kind of like Kirby's normal attack without they used to before he copied enemies in the older Kirby games, like the one on the Game Boy, which I recently downloaded for my 3DS. I'm gonna carry this one with me. This is mine. Right. Yay! Oh, that took a lot longer than I expected. Right, YouTube, I think that's enough footage shown. Let's go to my complaints. Okay, my complaints about Kirby's Epic Yarn. Well, there's very little to complain about because it is a really good game and it's quite a lot of fun. But I do have two personal complaints. Complaint number one, I never really saw the point of the housemaker. Most of the time when I played this game, I just wanted to play the levels and bosses. I didn't really care about the housemaking mechanic or the side quests that were involved with it. Complaint number two, sometimes the game's difficulty is far too easy. I think that Goodfield should have just gone with a simple health bar and life system, because in most parts of the game is too easy. But other than that, Kirby's Epic Yarn is a really good 2D platformer, and I say it's definitely worth buying and definitely worth playing. I give it a 4 out of 5. in my next review, you two, we'll be going back to the Digiworld in Digimon World 2003. See you then. Bye.